very burdened by nickels. I mean, what the hell good's a nickel these days? How many people do we have playing? Number one player. Hey, don't feel bad. That's better than 0, isn't it? Now tell me what your name is. Okay, you want a 7-question game or you want a 21-question game? What? Yeah, alrighty, got it.
30
That's
seconds.
What I needed. Thanks. Well, you're gonna want to buzz in on the letter B. That's B as in baffle.
20 seconds.
Ooh, 20 seconds. Alright, listen. This couldn't be any simpler. Question comes on the screen. You think you know the answer, you buzz in. You pick one of the choices on the screen. Easy. You got it? Hasta la vista, baby.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see ya. Yada, yada, yada. Well, all right, that's out of the way. The game of solitaire. That's okay, I'm here alone too. So let's get it on. Okay, I need a category.
Trivia emergency. Call 911.
Well, looks like this category is Kiss Me, I'm Italian. $1,000 if you get it. Flex those fingers, cause here it comes. Which Roman deity would you expect to have cold sores all over her mouth? Diana, Juno, Venus, or Minerva? In case you're wondering, the word venereal, as in venereal disease, comes from Venus, the Roman goddess of love and beauty. I always thought it was the messenger of the gods, Herpes. Oh, wait, he's Greek. All right, hit me.
By night, these computer consultants become the dangerous...
The category? Roaming through the channels. How does $2,000 sound? Hey, if there's one thing you can count on in this wide, crazy world, it's knowing whenever you turn on your TV, a long-distance company is going to tell you how much it costs to call per minute. If MCI changed their long-distance rate to MCI per minute, how much would you pay for a 10-minute call? $10,490, $10,510, $11,010, or $15,010? In the Roman numeral system, MCI is 1,101. I bet AT&T per minute would be a lot too, if there were an A or T in Roman numerals. Category, please. You and me, baby, makes me. Say hello to... Quick, dial star 69. $2,000 for a correct answer.
She's pissed.
He's pissed.
We're pissed.
So pissed about a
question. We're pissed about...
Oh boy, it's a pissed about a question letter. Let's see here, from a Mr. Jason M. concerning that question you just saw. And Jason M. writes, the question basically asks what MCI is in Roman numerals, and all the answers, including the right one, have an extra digit. MCI is 1101, and all the answers have 5 digits. Please look into this. Well, Jason, I did look into it. And guess what? What did the question really basically ask? What is MCI in Roman numerals? What is the Roman numeral? If MCI charged MCI per minute in long distance, how much would you pay for a 10-minute call? That's what the original question asks. Which fully explains why Jason M. lost triple M dollars. So stop writing in, people. You're wrong. Okay, pick a category. Okay, give it up for looking for a few good power tools. $1,000 at stake on this one. Let's see how you handle this one. Instead of turning to matchmaker.com to find a date, suppose you buy a stud finder at the local hardware store. What could you hope to find? A beam behind drywall, a metal clasp under carpeting, a large nail under linoleum, or trained woodworkers for hire. A stud finder is an electronic device that locates the upright supports or studs behind drywall or plaster walls. And if you're still not getting any dating satisfaction after that, I know a trained professional who makes house calls.
Hi, Cookie. Did you call me?
Okay, I need a category. Open wide and get ready for Tom Bradford for president. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Okay, here's a history lesson for you. During the 1968 Democratic Convention in Chicago, 8 civil rights leaders were arrested for inciting a riot, and during their highly publicized trial were dubbed the Chicago 8. So tell me, who of the following would have starred in the heartwarming family drama Chicago 8 is Enough? Jane Fonda, Timothy Leary, Abby Hoffman, or Malcolm X? Counterculture icon Abby Hoffman was one of the Chicago 8. And Tom Bradford married Abby after his first wife died, and the kids soon learned to love her. Him. Category, please. This one likes to go by soaking up a little culture, and you're playing for $3,000 cash money. Hey, you know how cat gut isn't really the guts of a cat and sweetbreads don't really have bread in them? Well, if you wanted to be totally accurate, what would be a better term for pasties? Liquid latexes, static electricities, two-sided tapies, or caulkies? Should have picked this. They don't really use paste to hold them on. They use liquid latex. It comes in what looks like a little nail polish bottle, and the latex is gently applied with a little brush. Well, I just figured out what I want to be reincarnated as. I need a cat.
7, lucky, lucky 7.
May I introduce Don't Drink and Roll Dice. Get it right, I'm handing over $2K. Just step up and take a swing at this one. If you leave your Candyland board out so long that it ferments, what could you distill the molasses swamp into? The swamp of gin, the whiskey swamp, the swamp of rum, or the vodka swamp? Rum is made from fermented molasses. And just don't go from there to the ice cream sea too quickly or you'll be really sick. All right, hit me. You chose wisely, my friend. You just got your hands on a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat is Russia won the Warsaw Pact this year. Okay, Okay, maestro, if you think you know the rules, I'll go ahead and put 30 seconds on the clock. And we're off. NATO, Athletic Cup, ACC, Big 12, OPEC, Pac-10, EEC, last one, SEC. That's all she wrote. What can I say? 7 out of 7. I got nothing to criticize here. There you go. Next time you treat. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, I need a category. Shake hands with. How do they all fit in one dell? This one's worth $1,000. Time to think back to your days in nursery school, boys and girls. Remember the farmer and the dell? Which of these cheesy songs best describes the cheese in the farmer and the dell? Friend, lover, the cheese stands alone, the cheese stands alone. How about one-hit wonder Tiffany is pretty alone now too?
Semper ubi sub ubi.
X!
For your enjoyment, Rhinestone Jedi. How does $2,000 sound? Hey, have you ever heard that joke about how if you play a country song backwards, your dog comes back, you get out of jail, and you sober up? Well, suppose the film Star Wars were one long country song about Luke Skywalker. If you played the song backwards, what would Luke do? Grow a hand, thaw Han, go to Hoth, freeze Han, lose his Jedi skills, sell C-3PO, leave Endor, marry Leia, kill Jabba, or build a Death Star, jail Leia, gain an uncle? You know, it's funny, but we're actually looking for the correct answer. Here's what you should have picked. In the course of the movie Star Wars, Luke's uncle is killed, he helps to free Princess Leia and destroy the Death Star. And then Chewbacca joins the Oak Ridge Boys. Okay, either you finished round 1 or you have another round to go. You know, depending on how you look at these things. Now remember, everything in round 2 is worth double, so heads up. All right, hit me. Let's see what we got going. Cooking with the King. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Here, check out this recipe.
You get a whole bunch of stuff from the sea, some potatoes and corn on the cob, and you steam it all together in a pit on the beach.
Which Elvis movie is named after this dish? King Creole, Charo, Clam Bake, or Harem Scarum? Bet you wish you'd pick this. When you steam a whole mess of clams together with some potatoes and corn, you got a hunka burning clam bake. But I think the king liked his clams fried with a little peanut butter on them. I need a category.
All right, angry men, party of...
12! This little number's known as, is that virtual pee on the rug? One right answer and $6,000 head your way. Okay, you know those virtual pet Tamagotchi gotchi things? Well, if you're anything like me, you love smashing those Giga Pet things with a hammer. Considering what the prefix Giga means, what would be a good ad slogan for Giga Pet? It's a virtual plastic explosive pet. It's a virtual genius pet. It's a virtual pet to the 9th power. Or it's a virtual pooping pet. The prefix Giga means 10 to the 9th power, or a billion. Okay, pick a category. Now serving, one night in Bangkok. How does $4,000 grab you? Heads up, here it comes. If the world really is your oyster, which of the following is true? It's a transvestite world, it's a transparent world, it's a transsexual world, or it's a little neck world. Oysters are transsexual. They usually begin their lives as males and turn into females. And you'll need the oysters, because one night in Bangkok can make even a hard man humble. Category, please. Coming at you, feeding off of the rich and famous. And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Think fast. If Robin Leach really were a leech, what would be the best way for stars to get him off their backs? By pouring water on him, by pulling on him really hard, by sucking his blood, or by pouring salt on him? The best way to get a leech off is by pouring salt on it. Let's see if that works. Nope, you're still there. Okay, I need a category. Well, what do we have here? Self-inflicted root canals. This one can net you $6,000. Okay, imagine this. You're short on cash, so you rip out your teeth and put them under your pillow. Assuming you've got all your adult teeth and the tooth fairy gives you a quarter per tooth, how much will you make? $2, $5, $8, or $11? Normal adults have 32 permanent teeth in their mouths. And at a quarter a pop, that's $8 from the tooth fairy. And who knows, maybe she'll throw in an extra $5 if you can come up with a tonsil or something. Okay, pick a category. Uh-oh, left nut kick. I'm sore.
It's time for Licorice Lesson.
Let's see if you can make sense of this gibberish category. You're comedian of comedians. $10,000 if you move fast on this gibberish question. Now listen up. Every second and a half, some of the cash is going to disappear. So if you want to win big, you got to be quick. All right, now listen your ass up and tell me, what does this rhyme with? Suggested. Brother, you moved. And don't let the punctuation fool you. First clue, it's a cereal slogan. Let's see what you think. Start. Hey, if it's kid-tested, mother-approved, you know it's gonna be good, because what the hell else do kids and moms agree on? I mean, other than the fact that dad's a jerk. All right, hit me.
Scientists concluded that he had been exposed to
17!
The selection is Beat On, Beat Off, The Beater. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. All right, you know who the Beatniks were, right? You know, the 50s version of posers. Given how the Beatniks would applaud, which of the following would they most likely be interested in purchasing instead of the clapper? The snapper, the hisser, the foot stomper, or the farter? At poetry readings, the Beatniks would show their appreciation by snapping instead of clapping. It worked really well until they all grew old and got arthritis. All right, man. Oh! I need a category.
Put down that magazine, kid, until you're 18!
And I believe this one's called Lifestyles of the Rich and Cheesy. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. So I was looking for some cheese yesterday and I found this diary in my fridge. And I read it. Check it out. Dear Diary, I love being Italian. Today I went to the spa. They soaked my curd in hot water, then kneaded and stretched me until I was the perfect consistency. Mozzarella is one of the pasta filata cheeses, and that's how they're made. What my mozzarella cheese was doing keeping a diary, I'll never know. Category, please. The category is, I'm fine, Ossifer. Set up straight. This one's worth $6,000. Put it in gear, because here we go. In which of these countries would you be killed in a dirty bloodbath of mangled human flesh if you drove on the left side of the road? France, Australia, Japan, or the United Kingdom?
Here's your hat. What's your hurry?
The correct answer is... the French drive on the right, just like us, but the correct protocol is to pull up on the left side when asking for Grey Poupon. Okay,
Lordy, lordy, look who's 40! That doesn't rhyme.
And this one is Kramer versus Seinfeld. And get this one right, you got $4,000 coming your way. You know how on Seinfeld, Kramer's always mooching stuff from Jerry? Well, suppose the next time Kramer comes over to mooch, Jerry tells him that he can only take a jerry can worth of stuff. What would Kramer be able to snag? 2 tons of cereal, 3 ounces of Snapple, 5 gallons of maple syrup, or whatever Jerry can fit up his butt. A jerry can is equal to 5 liquid gallons. But considering all the guys who use Jerry's can, he must take in 5 liquid gallons every episode. Okay, pick a category. All rise, the attack is now in session. Ah, you think you know the attack, huh? I got news for you. Not all attacks are equal. Here's your clue. Where did it go? Oh, wait, here it is. It was on the bottom of my shoe. It still tastes okay. Anyway, here we go.
Toledo scored!
That's the game!
Player, I couldn't have done a better job myself, but then I wasn't playing by myself, was I? But seriously, player, and I don't say this to just everybody.
You don't know Jack!
You don't have to be in the business to have
Hey,
your
Raul
own
again.
personal-
Listen, I don't do this for everyone, but if you want to play another game, I'm there for you, man. Let me know.
$1.50 for these items.
Who are you?
I'm his agent. Hello.
Your own personal agent will handle all your problems.
You bastard! You won't return my phone calls, my letters. I love you!
My client can pencil you in for a meeting sometime next month, okay?
Your own personal agent will make sure you never get a raw deal.
My client is prepared to pay 10%
My
of this
client will be
telephone
voting
bill.
straight Republican. 2 double cheeseburgers and 2 chocolate shakes.
My client would
on
like
the
to
double.
come
backstage.
Why can't the doctor see my client now?
Taxi. I'm his agent. I'm his agent. Well, in that case, 3.
Hello?
Okay, so that'll be $3.49 due back Thursday. Enjoy your movie.
I'd say $2.10 is a much more realistic offer. My client will, of course, back-end you 39 cents.
New releases are 2
Well,
days,
if you're not serious
so
about this
that's-
negotiation, I guess we have nothing more to discuss. Let's go.
Keep your mouth shut and let your own personal agent do the talking.
Independence Day, Men in Black, Armageddon. These films have defined the meaning of summer blockbuster. Until now!
Don't you get it? I wouldn't want anyone else if you were the only other person left on Earth.
Oh my god, I love you!
Ethan Hawke, Julia Roberts, Andrew McCarthy, and Antonio Banderas in Lethal Sensitivity. Critics and audiences agree, Lethal Sensitivity is extremely sensitive.
Oh my god, when Andrew McCarthy did that thing with his eyes. That thing with his eyes. It was like that other movie where he did that thing with his eyes. Yeah.
Says WEQN Radio in Toledo when McCarthy does that thing with his eyes. Watch out! With profoundly emotional performances by Hawke and Roberts, their sensitivity will rock you.
Everything I do for you.
You're the most beautiful man I've ever met.
And WEQN Radio in Toledo says Banderas is a smoldering yet sensitive Latin dynamo. No woman can resist his charms.
Hello, baby. Miss me?
Don't you miss Lethal Sensitivity. It's time to get vulnerable. Playing at theaters everywhere for about a week.